Good morning, everybody. So now we're on lesson 12, Article 2, Section 2 of the United States Constitution, and this is going over more of the commander or more of the President of the United States, the executive branch of government, right? So here we go. Section 2, we'll get right into it. The President shall be Commander-in-Chief of the Army and Navy of the United States and of the militia of the several states when called into the actual service of the United States. He may require the opinion in writing of the principal officer in each of the executive departments upon any subject relating to the duties of their respective offices, and he shall have power to grant reprieves and pardons for offenses against the United States, except in cases of impeachment. So again, he can grant pardons and reprieves from anybody who's committed a crime, right? Presidents throughout history have pardoned different individuals, and so they can grant pardons. Now, that is only on crimes. If somebody gets impeached, for instance, let's say a federal judge gets impeached, he can't go and undo that impeachment. He doesn't have the authority to do that. He shall have the power by and with the advice of consent of the Senate to make treaties, provide 2/3 of the senators present concur, and he shall nominate, and by and with the advice and consent of the Senate shall appoint ambassadors, other public ministers, and consuls, judges, and of the Supreme Court, and all other officers of the United States whose appointments are not herein otherwise provided for, and which shall be established by law. But the Congress may by law vest the appointment of such inferior officers as they think proper, in the President alone, in the courts of law, or the heads of the departments. The President shall have power to fill up all vacancies that may happen during the recess of the Senate by granting commissions which shall expire at the end of their next session. So that's Section 2. So he can appoint nominees. He can appoint his cabinet. He can appoint individuals to the Supreme Court and to federal courts. Right? He can appoint those. Now they have to be confirmed by the Senate. And of course, obviously, the Congress can object to them, and they can, it just depends on the vote, right? 2/3 majority have to agree with the president, and then they can get nominated and appointed in there. So, let's go back to the pardons of offenses against the United States. So let's say, for instance, right? So we had an impeachment recently, right? So let's say that it was a full impeachment. Let's say he was impeached and removed from office. What happens is the next president or vice president cannot pardon that impeachment. So it's in the Constitution. You can't pardon it, right? So, but he was not removed. You don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. But so let's go to pardons. Where were there significant pardons on individuals? So the question to you is this: name some significant individuals in history. Send me the emails. Significant people in history that were pardoned by a president of the United States at the time. Look forward to looking forward to seeing your responses. Again, God bless. Have a fantastic day, and we'll continue tomorrow with Section 3 of Article 2, and then we'll probably go over Section 3 and Section 4 because it's pretty short, and then we'll go into Article 3. Look forward to seeing your responses. God bless. Have a good day.